I will admit, I just spent that whole time trying not to laugh because only I, and yes, only I could put in an intro that goes, "We hate Exeter," say "We hate Exeter," and then it's a Premier League stream. Only I. Anyway, how's it going, everyone? Welcome to what is a very different stream for once. That I thought I'd put out there on the channel tonight before I go on the Argyle Way later on at 10 o'clock for the preview against Millwall tomorrow night. It's a Premier League stream for once for a change. I just felt like I wanted to do something different for once. Of course, Plymouth, us, played on Saturday away at Hull, a brilliant point. But as you all know, and you can see by the description down there and the background, it is the West London derby tonight at Craven Cottage as Chelsea take on Fulham away. To those of you that don't know already, obviously the people that are here probably know this already, but to those of you that don't know already, my dad is a huge Chelsea fan. So they are my favourite Premier League team for a reason, obviously. And therefore, because of that, I thought I'd make sure I bring more content like this out there in the meantime as well. But either way, Cornish Janner is not just a fan channel for Plymouth Argyle. It is a channel for all of English football at the same time as well, because that's what it's all about at the end of the day, in my eyes. I care about looking at all of the clubs on how they're all getting on, not just the club I support and my favourite Premier League team because of my dad and his side of the family. And at the end of the day, I'm doing what makes me happy. To those of you that don't like that, and to those of you that don't understand at all and acknowledge that Plymouth Argyle and Chelsea are my two favourite football teams, then you may as well unsubscribe from the channel now, because at the end of the day, I'm doing what makes me happy. But either way, it is the West London derby tonight. So, of course, for that reason, and I am going to have to do this, but I am going to keep this hat on for obvious reasons why, and for the channel, of course, as well. But obviously, before my dad, and this is a Premier League stream, I am wearing blue tonight. I am indeed wearing blue tonight. I am going to keep the tracksuit on, though, because it's just a golden tracksuit, isn't it? Like, you can't get any better than that. But either way, it's a big one tonight. The players are actually about to head out from the tunnel out into the pitch in a second. But of course, from my point of view, from what I've seen in the Premier League so far this weekend, Liverpool got robbed on Saturday away at Tottenham, a team I cannot stand as well, either way. Arsenal had a huge win at Bournemouth. Man City lost for the first time this season away at Wolves. Newcastle comfortably beat Burnley at the end. Man United had a disastrous performance at home against Crystal Palace. So I know Chelsea aren't in any title race whatsoever, one bit. Probably not even a European race with the way this season's gone so far. But I just hope the boys in blue can genuinely take advantage of these other clubs having misfortunes this weekend. And therefore, round 7 looks a lot better in the table for the Chelsea than other games during this season. Nottingham Forest at home was a terrible performance. Aston Villa at home, obviously, Gusto got a red card. It wasn't a red card in my point of view. And annoyingly, from an Argyle perspective, the winner was scored by Ollie bloody Watkins of Aston Villa. And obviously, no, I'm not the biggest fan of Ollie Watkins. He's an Exeter legend at the end of the day. So I did not enjoy that one bit. I thought the Liverpool game at home was the best performance of the season so far. But anyway, I'm going to read out the lineups because they are out. It's Robert Sanchez, Cucurella, Disasi, Thiago Silva, Colwill, Gallagher, Caicedo. Gallagher's captain, which I can't lie, I don't understand why. Thiago Silva being captain honestly makes more sense for me. And then you've got Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez, Cole Palmer, signed from Manchester City, Armando Broja, who's returned to the lineup, and then Mudryk, who I have not been confident for ever since he joined in January. And now I will get up. Raheem Sterling's on the bench, meanwhile, for this game. So there is that. I will get up Fulham's lineup for the time being as well. This is a big game. Look, Fulham hate Chelsea more than anyone. Of course, it's a West London derby at Craven Cottage. They're going to be up for this. They're genuinely going to be up for this. In fact, Fulham's lineup is appearing on Sky Sports right now. So I am just looking at that in the background meanwhile. Bernd Leno's in goal for Fulham. And then you've got Castagna, Robinson, Tim Ream and Issa Diop. Your back four right there. Just a reminder, guys, do not spoil the score in the chat for me if you're a few minutes ahead. And then Harrison Reed, João Palhinha and Andreas Pereira in that midfield. And then it's Raul Jimenez, Willian and Harry Wilson up front. And Raul Jimenez and Willian I adore. Willian, because he's a former Chelsea man himself. I love the guy. Raul Jimenez, meanwhile, he's a former Wolves guy. And Wolves are the team my brother supports. Obviously, I nowhere near like Wolves as much as I obviously like Chelsea and the mighty Plymouth Argyle. But my brother's a Wolves fan, so I do have a soft spot for them in the meantime as well. But did I like them before 2009? Not really, no, because my brother wasn't born then. So there is a difference. Whereas the boys in green and the boys in blue, I have loved through my family and myself ever since I was 5-6 years old. So there's no comparison really at the end of the day. And there's other people in this world that aren't just necessarily a one club man, if you put it that way. Anyway, look at Pieface. Tottenham is he's literally Mr. Plymouth Argyle himself, Pieface, but he has a huge love for Tottenham Hotspur. That man does. Harvey Rosevear and Liam Martin, one of our owns on the Argyle Way, through their dad. Their families, sorry. Harvey's dad in particular, Manchester United fan, his dad is. So they have a huge huge love for the Red Devils in the meantime as well. But obviously, as Plymouth is our local club, we obviously spend more of our content and working for our love for the Green Army. But as for tonight, it is a Premier League stream tonight. It is the West London derby, or in postcode terms, the South West London derby. Chelsea are away to Fulham. Armando Broja, of course, is starting tonight. I'm actually really nervous on how he's going to do. Obviously, returning from injury and all that. I'm going to look at the comment section before we kick off underway. Again, I'm really excited for this. Renzuk C97. Why do you hate Exeter? Because I'm a Plymouth fan, my friends. That's why. Robert, you forgetting Leeds? No, not Leeds United. James Whelan, I think Chelsea will win tonight. I hope, mate. I hope. We will see. And then, of course, tomorrow night, I'm at Home Park. There will be an episode of the Plymouth Argyle game against Millwall. And we're underway. We're underway at Craven Cottage. We are underway in Fulham, right by the Underground Station, Putney Bridge. And, of course, there's Billy Simons there. I mean, he's not wrong about this. It is the posh rivalry. It is two clubs that are huge. It's huge, deep Conservative territory. And I'm just going to put a disclaimer out there now. I am not a Tory, even though I love the Chelsea. I'm putting it out there now. Not that I want to get political views into this, but yeah, moving on. What's Billy Simon said? We've been playing awful ever since we beat you, Birmingham. See, Birmingham, I think, are still a dark horse coming into this season. They've actually been one of the better ones in the Championship for me. I know I'm streaming a Premier League game, guys, but again, just talk to me about any football. I haven't streamed in a while. We don't have to talk about just this match or the Premier League or Argyle, the Championship, League One, League Two, the National League South, where Truro is, of course. This is also a stream, basically chatting to you guys in the comment section on how everyone's doing, how you all are. Hope you're doing well with the teams you support and all that, of course. But either way, I haven't streamed in a while, so I just thought I may as well finally get my first Chelsea stream out there. And here we go. We're on the attack. Oh, and it's over. Much to the delight of the Fulham fans in the home crowd there. And that was Broja. As well. Broja hitting it over. Already a first chance for Chelsea there, but no, not quite. Way over at the end, much to the delight of the Fulham fans at the end of the day. But no, I was just going to say, there was some point I was going to be streaming a Chelsea match, so on this channel, and here we are. We're finally here. Of course, the first Premier League video I made at the start of the season was my predictions video. I do think I am going to make an updated one, though. That is going to be out I think I'm going to try and bring it out on the international break week when there's no football. I've made an updated Premier League predictions video and an updated League One predictions video. So they're going to be out soon. So that's for you guys to also enjoy meanwhile. In fact, I may as well fully represent the Blues tonight. I'm going to keep the hat on because Argyle through and through, obviously. But I've got to back the boys in blue tonight for obvious reasons why. My other favourite team, and obviously I do not want Fulham winning. So I should meanwhile get the banner up of this game. So bear with me there a second, folks. And the only reason why the banner's in white is because the game is at Craven Cottage. So yeah, I just thought I'd make it more fair that way. And there's a tap in there from one of the Chelsea players up front. It's gone straight to Bernd Leno, former Arsenal man. So I don't have the greatest of relationships with him because I don't like North London at all. I don't like Arsenal. I can't stand Tottenham. So there is that as well. But no, obviously Fulham's got Willian playing tonight, former Chelsea man himself. I really think he's going to be up for it, so it wouldn't shock me at all. One of their players is down already. I'm nervous. The only way I've made my prediction. I went with a 1-1 draw. Chelsea, of course, have been appalling so far this season, and last season was obviously, as we all know, was a disaster class. The thing that saved me from last season was Argyle winning League One. At the end of the day, everyone knows that. So you can tell I've had a half season with the worst I've ever seen Chelsea in my life. But at the same time, of course, it was one of the best seasons of my life with the way Plymouth Argyle got promoted to the Championship with 101 points and 13 years of just extremely hard 13 years in League One and League Two. Fulham's got a free kick meanwhile. So that's going to be interesting to see where that goes. It's not gone anywhere at the moment. There's Cucurella. I can't lie, I have not been impressed with Mark Cucurella ever since he's joined Chelsea. I feel like Brighton's completely scammed Chelsea with that transfer. Honestly, I haven't rated him hardly at all ever since he's been at Chelsea. So I'm hoping he can put in a different kind of performance at least tonight. But of course, so far this season, Chelsea are currently in 15th in the league, not the start they would have wanted. Fulham are currently 11th on the same points as Manchester United, who are currently in 10th. At the moment, out of the so-called Big Six or Big Seven, if you want to put it this way, because Newcastle at the moment. But out of the so-called Big Seven at the moment, it really is the battle on who's the biggest tool between Chelsea and Manchester United so far this season. Liverpool should be on 17 points. They got absolutely robbed at Tottenham on Saturday. Everyone should know that. Seriously, how was Luis Diaz offside? I don't get it at all. Liverpool were completely robbed on Saturday. And that's not something I usually say because I'm not the biggest fan of Liverpool one bit, but obviously I way prefer them to Spurs. But either way, they were completely robbed. They should be a point behind Man City right now. That's the one thing I hate about the Premier League at the moment. It's just that the VAR and the referees, they're just shambolic at the moment. Something needs to change. If you want to keep VAR in the Premier League, use it properly. I actually want to know who the referee is tonight for this game. It's Tim Robinson. Tim Robinson is the referee. What's Billy said here? Must be so tricky having to travel so far for pretty much every away game. Who knows? Maybe you'll get the Premier League soon. Well, that's the dream, Billy. That's the dream. That's the life goal I want in life before I'm dead, which is Plymouth Argyle reaching the Premier League before my life is over. And Truro City, my grassroots club from Cornwall, reaching the EFL in League Two. That's all I want in life. I honestly would rather have those in life than England winning the World Cup or the Euros in my life. That's how much I care about where I'm from. I've obviously seen my favourite greatest ever life goals from a Chelsea point of view so far in my life with the Champions League in 2012 and the Champions League in 2021. That's already over. All I really want in life now is Plymouth to get to the Premier League and Truro to get to the EFL or the National League itself. Because Truro's never been in the National League either, of course, at the same time. But so far, the results from this weekend in the Premier League, Aston Villa demolished Brighton 6-1. Villa tearing them apart. Brighton's form now taking the form of their worst because, obviously, we knocked Brighton out in the Carabao Cup, of course. Brighton couldn't finish at the end of the day. And now they've started to hit a bit of poor form, getting hammered by Aston Villa like that. But you never know. They could bounce back. They got Liverpool at home this weekend. It's not going to be easy, but they could bounce back. And, of course, Brighton are a freaking solid team right now at the moment. And, obviously, Villa are doing really well at the moment. Arsenal 4-0 against Bournemouth. I'll tell you what, that will be huge confidence for Arsenal going into this weekend because Arsenal's got Man City at home this weekend. Of course, City, I'll go on to City now, actually. Man City lost 2-1 away to Wolves. Obviously, my brother's buzzing with that. Arsenal, meanwhile, demolished Bournemouth 4-0. 4-0 win for Arsenal against Bournemouth. Fair play to the Gunners for that one, even though obviously I don't really want to see it because I'm not the biggest fan of the Gunners one bit. Like I said, why support North London? No, I'm joking. Support who you want to support. And then the rest of the games, Luton got their first win of the season at Goodison Park at Everton. Crystal Palace won at Old Trafford, a disastrous performance from Man United from what I saw on Matchday, and really disappointing from Eric Ten Hag considering the way they knocked Palace out of the Carabao Cup on that Tuesday night. And United will put their heads in shame right now because they've got work to do. Newcastle beat Burnley 2-0. I mean, I think Newcastle, personally, I think in no particular order, I think Newcastle, Manchester City, Liverpool and Arsenal are going to be the top four this season. I just feel like they're going to be the four strongest sides. But Tottenham have started really well so far this season, even though they did not deserve to win on Saturday. But they have started really well. And I got to give credit to Ange for that, as much as that pains me to say. But I got to give credit to Ange for that. Meanwhile, Chelsea is on the attack. Here's Mudryk. Here's Mudryk with the shot, and it's over. Way over. Oh, my God. It's, again, the same old team in blue that cannot finish for shit. Just cannot finish at all. Cannot finish at all. It goes either over or it hits the woodwork or whatnot. This is the problem Chelsea have, is that they just cannot finish at all. Cannot finish at all. Much to the delight of the Fulham fans that I've just heard then. So there is that as well. What's Billy said here? Boo, Villa rigging games, SOTV. Oh, yeah, of course, Billy's a Birmingham fan, so that's fair enough. Obviously, Billy can't stand Aston Villa. Obvious reasons why. Graham Turner, Evening Jack, come on, you greens. That's the spirit, Graham. Just up there. The mighty badge, just up there. Of course, I will be on the Argyle Way later on after this game for the Plymouth Argyle preview against Millwall for tomorrow night. Another team that cannot stand Chelsea, Millwall. Chelsea hate Millwall to bits. So, I hope we in green, that's Argyle we can do Millwall over tomorrow night. And then blue we, meaning Chelsea we, obviously tonight need a win because have you all seen Chelsea's run of games after this game and then the game against Burnley? It's mental. It starts with Arsenal at home, which I can't lie, I think we're going to lose because I'm sorry, Dad, if you do end up watching this. I know you're the most optimistic Chelsea fan I've ever met. So I hope I can make you proud, obviously, because, well, you're one of my best friends at the end of the day. But I don't think we're going to win that at all. Arsenal's one of the favourites for this season, and I really think they're going to be fired up for that. I think Arsenal's going to win that. Brentford at home is going to be really hard. Brentford have an outstanding record at Stamford Bridge lately. So, meanwhile, here's Gallagher. It's cleared by the Fulham defence. No way through for Chelsea. Remember, no one spoil anything for me in the chat from this game, but talk to me about anything football related. Again, this is a stream where I'm not just watching a game, but I haven't streamed in a while. So I thought I may as well talk to you guys for tonight, see how you guys are all doing. And of course, Of course, after this game is all the build-up for tomorrow night's match against Millwall at home. But there, going back to Chelsea, Brentford at home, then it's Blackburn in the Cup at home. So Blackburn's going to be facing two of my favourite teams this season. My two favourite teams this season, Blackburn's going to be facing. Because, of course, Plymouth Blackburn at the start of September at Home Park. Chelsea Blackburn at Stamford Bridge at the start of November. So that's very interesting. Then Chelsea's got Tottenham on that Monday night on the 6th of November. And I hope we fucking batter them. I cannot stand Spurs. It'll be a big match for Tottenham. But honestly, who gives a crap about them? Honestly, we just don't like that football club at all. Then it's Manchester City at home, which neutral fans will label as the oil derby. Or El Plastico, but yeah, no. Obviously the two teams that face each other in the Champions League final of 2021, not going to be easy. I still think City's going to win that. I mean, like City are obviously the best team on the planet right now. Last season proved that, of course, and that's not going to be easy at all. And then it's Newcastle away, which is a ground Chelsea do not have a good record at all, and last season again proved that. So that's not going to be easy. St James's Park, the better St James's Park, obviously, not the bloody St James Park 40 miles up the A38 up there. The Newcastle St James's Park, I do think is actually one of Chelsea's hardest grounds over the years. Just always been a tricky game. Then it's Brighton at home, and then it's Manchester United away at the start of December at Old Trafford. Another ground that Chelsea don't usually seem to do well at. And Harvey and Liam both think United's going to absolutely batter Chelsea, but I don't see it happening personally. We'll see. I mean, United are no much better than us, I can't lie. I mean, Saturday proved it when they lost to Palace, but no, we're both terrible at the moment, judging the table so far. But it's been 6 games so far. This is Chelsea's 7th game of the season, of course. And it's obviously a hard one as well because it is the West London derby at the end of the day. It's the team Fulham hates the most as well. It's also the team QPR hates the most as well. And of course, we, Argyle, are going to QPR in December at Loftus Road. And I cannot stand QPR to bits from my Chelsea point of view. So when I go to Loftus Road for Argyle, I just cannot wait at all because I can't stand QPR. So I'm really excited for that match in December. That's right after we play Leicester away as well. Terry Alford, Spurs by the officials. Yeah, I agree. I don't want to sound too biased, but I completely agree. I completely agree that they buy the officials. Last season proved it when Tottenham robbed Chelsea at Stamford Bridge last season. And who was the VAR and the referee in that? Mike Dean and Anthony Taylor. So there we go. And there is Potts. He's just gone back to sit down. So there we are. He's back in his dugout. Fulham's about to take a throw. Fulham are about to take a throw now, which they have taken. But yeah, the other games, West Ham beat Sheffield United 2-0, a solid home win for the Hammers. They're all, in my opinion, they're already looking a lot better than they were last season. What? Oh, okay, I thought he was giving that away for a minute then. Then Wolves beat Man City 2-1. A brilliant result for Wolves. A brilliant result for Gary O'Neill's men. Man City's first defeat of the season, as we all know. The consolidation goal was by Julian Alvarez, who got the equaliser for City. Ruben Diaz had an own goal, which gave Wolves the lead. And then Hwang got the winner for Wolves. And that's Wolves' first win against Manchester City since the 3-2 in 2019-20, when Raul Jimenez had an immense game that day. And, of course, Ederson got sent off, didn't he? I rightly remember that. And then Tottenham beat Liverpool 2-1. Completely undeserved. Completely undeserved. How on earth did Luis Diaz get that goal ruled out for offside? Liverpool absolutely deserved a point from Saturday. And I'll tell you what, I think they're the team that are looking closest to challenge Manchester City at the moment. I really think Klopp's got the feel-good factor at the Reds at the moment. So I wouldn't be shocked if they win at the Amex this weekend. Liverpool are actually looking really good at the moment. They undeservedly lost on Saturday. Should have had a point. Should have been 2-2. And that would have been my Super 6 prediction correct as well. And then yesterday, of course, in the Premier League, Nottingham Forest played Brentford at home, which was a 1-1 draw. So Brentford got a good point at the City grounds. And, of course, that leaves Brentford 13th in the table, Forest 12th in the table. Sheffield United, Burnley and Bournemouth are currently the bottom three after Luton's first win of the season against Everton. Manchester City lead the way with 6 wins, 0 draws and 1 defeat. Right, in the meantime, Fulham have got a corner. And it's taken by Pereira. Here's Disasi. Not quite. Fulham's trying to win the ball back. And now here's Enzo. Enzo finds Cucurella on his right. And Cucurella's still got it at the moment. Here's Caicedo. It's Caicedo. Caicedo finds Levi Colwill on the left. And Colwill goes a bit of his Mudryk. Have a shot. It's in. Gets in. Gets in. Come on. Come on. Come on. It's 1-0 to the Chelsea. Mikhailo Mudryk has taken the lead for Chelsea at Craven Cottage. Freaking get in. What a start for the boys in blue. Mudryk has taken the lead. And that is just what we needed for the confidence from Wednesday night against Brighton at home. And the confidence that Mudryk needed himself. Because I looked at the starting lineup going, why the hell is Mudryk starting tonight? And I can't lie. I know he's had some solid performances at his time at Chelsea. But overall, he has been such a flop for the Chelsea so far in his time there. But that's going to make up for it at the time being. A brilliant finish by Mikhailo Mudryk. It's 1-0 to Chelsea, 18 minutes in. Get in. What a start for the Blues. Fulham have got work to do. You know what? If Chelsea win tonight, and obviously Plymouth getting a brilliant point at Hull on Saturday, what a weekend it's been for me. Right, I've got to hope it stays like this now, or at least get a second goal, because Fulham will try and find a way to get back into this. But it's 1-0 Chelsea, and Chelsea's on the attack again. Here's Broja. It's 2. It's freaking 2. Armando Broja has made it 2-0 to Chelsea. Oh, my days. What a disaster class from the back there at Fulham. Freaking get in. This was just what I needed to see tonight from the boys in blue. It's 2-0 to Chelsea. And on his return, Armando Broja has doubled the lead. Freaking get in. How about that? Come on, the boys in blue. I never thought I'd say that on this channel because obviously green is the better colour. But from a Chelsea perspective, come on, the boys in blue. Obviously not from a Pompey perspective. I can tell you that now. Anyway, 2-0 Chelsea. 19 and a half minutes gone. Woeful from Fulham at the back there. Absolutely woeful. Defensive shambles, as the commentators have just said then. What a way to come back. Armando Broja. It's 2-0 to Chelsea, 20 minutes in. To anyone that's just joined this stream. What a way to return, Armando Broja. Have that, Fulham. Freaking have that. You know what's even better is that everyone who's been tuning in tonight has been expecting to hear a rage from me tonight. And a lot of people I know have backed Fulham to win this night because of how poor Chelsea have honestly been so far this season. Apart from that opening game against Liverpool, in my opinion, and obviously the 3-0 against Luton. But that's the confidence that Mauricio Pochettino honestly needs after the disappointing start to this season. That Aston Villa game, of course, that Nottingham Forest game at home, of course. I mean, the West Ham game, when West Ham won 3-1, Chelsea actually played really well. Raheem Sterling was my man of the match for Chelsea in that game. Obviously not man of the match overall because West Ham deserved the win at the end. But Chelsea did not play bad at West Ham, just couldn't finish for shit. And then West Ham got 3 clinical goals and they went in no problem, delivered. But no, honestly, no. Yeah, and West Ham played very well as it was anyway. And also it was terrible for Chelsea anyway because West Ham went down to 10 men and Chelsea couldn't capitalise on that. Bounced back against Luton at home, then went back into the dogs of shit against Nottingham Forest at home with a 1-0 defeat. Then a goalless 0-0 draw at Bournemouth. Again, just could not finish for crap. Just like Timo Werner all over again, which is a shame because I really like Timo Werner as a person as well. And then Aston Villa at home. Oh, don't get me started on that. An undeserved red card. It was a yellow card in my opinion. And then fucking Watkins scores the winner. Don't get me started on the Villa game. So yeah, that really annoyed me. And Billy will agree with me because obviously he can't stand Birmingham. And yeah, Liam's just reminded me to change the scoreboards. That's one thing I keep freaking forgetting to do on this channel is changing the scoreboard. So there's the 1-0, and then now we get on to the 2-0. So yeah. Come on. I'm so pleased. I am so pleased. Nah, thank you, Liam, for reminding me for that. Obviously, what's the next one? Aidan Tate, Huddersfield fan. Do you think Huddersfield will stay up? Oh, good question, mate. That's a good question, mate. Oh, God. See, in my updated predictions, I said Huddersfield to go down with Neil Warnock in charge. But now that you've got Darren Moore in charge, I actually think you might be okay. I think Huddersfield are playing a lot. Huddersfield, I think, will get confidence now into their team because obviously they got a point against Ipswich. Huddersfield took the lead as well. And I knew Huddersfield would give Ipswich a game. Darren Moore knows how to play against Ipswich as well from the League One days with Sheffield Wednesday. Huddersfield, I think, will still be down there, but at the moment, I think they could do it. I think that last spot in the bottom three could be anyone's at the moment. I personally think at the moment for the Championship, Rotherham and Sheffield Wednesday are already gone down, personally. Obviously, it's early to judge yet, but from the way things are going, Rotherham and Sheffield Wednesday are already going down as it stands because they both look so cack at the moment. Honestly, they both look awful. And Leicester already look going back up. So get rid of the first place in the Championship and get rid of 23rd and 24th in the Championship. Anywhere, and all the other positions could be anyone. What a tackle. What a tackle by Mudryk on Castagna. Former Leicester man himself there, of course, who's obviously moved to Fulham. Oh, my God. Anyway, 24 minutes into the game. It's still 2-0 Chelsea. Fulham are about to take a corner. So I'll tell you what. No, yeah, so far so good. Reminder, no one spoil the scoreline for me. No one spoil the scoreline for me if you're a few minutes ahead. I'm currently on 24 minutes, 40 seconds at the moment. Chelsea need to get rid of this because the last thing we want is Fulham to win it back and then they have a shot at goal and it goes in. I tell you what, we're very lucky Mitrovic isn't playing tonight. We're very lucky Mitrovic isn't playing for Fulham right now because that would have made this game so much harder, in my opinion. So there we go. But no, Fulham's won it back for the time being. It's now with Fulham's back three. Here's Willian. Willian taking on Cole Palmer. I'm just glad my prediction's out of the window because I said it'd be a 1-1. But no, this is going really well at the moment. Early days, of course, though. 25 minutes is still a second half, but you could not get a better start after a terrible run of form at the moment with those Aston Villa, Bournemouth, and Nottingham Forest games. Chelsea's next game is Burnley as well, away. And that is a must-win as well, because not just that Burnley are not looking very good at the moment, but that's a club that Chelsea have such a good record against. Like, it'll be terrible for Chelsea if Chelsea lose that. So, no, that's a must-win. That is a must-win. And then it's Arsenal at home, and that's not going to be easy at all. Oh, that's gone straight to Leno. Aidan, fairs, mate. I hope you lot stay up, and I think You will. You will. People write Plymouth off, but I don't know why, because you lot was all over us in the first game. So you should stay up. In fact, I can see you getting halfway. No, I appreciate that, Aidan. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Aidan. Honestly, no, I appreciate that a lot from you there, mate. So yeah, no, I mean, like I've had us 13th ever since the start of the season, and I still think we're going to finish 13th. We're currently 13th in the table now at the moment, so we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Fulham's won the ball back. The weird thing is that it should be 1-0, but Raul Jimenez had the fewest touches this match. He really hasn't been the same since he had that injury against Arsenal, did he? I do feel bad for him, but no, I need him to lose tonight. You could tell from Poch that if it stays like this was a must-win for Chelsea as well. So he was getting under pressure after that Aston Villa game. Fulham's giving it away again. Hang on, is Colwill? Oh, and that's gone straight. Is Enzo? Oh, what a shot! That's just got over to the delight of the Fulham fans. I can't lie, I couldn't wait to stream this either way tonight anyway, because it is the West London derby after all. But that's a class shot. It's just over. But no, obviously you can see the home crowd there from Fulham loving every minute of it. So, 28 and a half minutes gone. It's still 2-0 to Chelsea as we see Enzo Fernandez on screen. Here's Willian. Castagna. Gone back to Willian. Jimenez. Back to Jimenez. Taking on Disasi. Jimenez has got past Disasi. Enzo needs to be careful. We need to get rid of that. Disasi clears it. And now it's gone to Broja. The ball has gone to Broja. Tackled by Palhinha behind. Here's Castagna once more. Mudryk just behind him. Marco Silva looks on. It's now been half an hour in this game. Goal kick from Robert Sanchez. Now, I will say this, but I maintain the fact that Robert Sanchez has been a brilliant signing so far. Well, when I say brilliant, he's been a solid signing so far. I still think it's been a good signing when Kepa's obviously announced he's gone to Real Madrid. And I think he's a quality keeper. He proved it when he was at Brighton, but he lost the dressing room at Brighton. So, I mean, that's another reason why he's not there anymore. I can't lie, I do miss Mendy still, because even though he had a disastrous season last season, just like the whole team, really, Mendy, I loved the guy. I would have given him another chance at least for this season, but it just wasn't to be. It just wasn't to be. It's Castagna. I mean, I said before this game, with Liverpool losing, even though they didn't deserve to lose, Manchester United losing, Manchester City losing, this has to be something for Chelsea to look at and be like, well, since you all failed to win, we're going to try and win. So, yeah, no, I mean, that's what it is at the moment. But you never know. Fulham could still come back in this second half or later on in this first half. But we've kept hold of the ball for the time being. 32 minutes gone. Here's Cucurella. Cucurella versus Robinson and Willian. Tries to find Brozier. Mudryk. Dispossessed by Castagna. And that was Pereira. Ball's gone back to Bernd Leno. Former Arsenal man, of course. He's obviously Fulham's number one keeper now. Just a reminder, guys, if you haven't seen the Plymouth Argyle episode I made when we went to Hull on Saturday, please go and watch that when you can. By all means, appreciative from me there. A brilliant away day, of course, at the end of the day. And huge confidence going into tomorrow night against Millwall at home. And that is the first yellow card of the game. So that's Cucurella getting booked. Fair enough, yellow card. Just completely took Willian out, didn't get the ball. And as a result of that, the Cottagers have got a free kick. Right, it's a free kick for Fulham. Free kick for Fulham. Are they going to take it? Yep, they've taken it. Headed away by Thiago Silva, but it's gone straight back to Willian. And referee's blown the whistle. Tropical Wanderer, at least I can't curse you tomorrow night like I did last Tuesday night game. Yeah, no, we don't talk about that. Bloody Bristol City away. Obviously, Tropical Wanderer is a Bolton fan. Yeah, no, Bolton. Who have Bolton got this weekend? I'm gonna get it up for the time being. Just a reminder, actually, as they've shown on Sky Sports there, Crystal Palace have Nottingham Forest, and on Sunday, Brighton have Liverpool. So, and then of course also Arsenal versus Manchester City, the big one on Sunday as well. All on Sky Sports this weekend. Bolton have Stevenage at home this weekend, so that. Bolton will want to see that as a must-win, but Stevenage are flying so far in League One. They're third in the league, only behind Portsmouth and Oxford. They're flying, so it could be a tough game for Ian Evatt. But no, I do think Bolton's going to win that, though. And then, of course, Carlisle's after that, which also Bolton will want to see as a must-win. Carlisle's currently 19th in League One at the moment. And they've just lost 2-0 away to Wickham. George Martin, up the Cornish Janner. Lots of love, mate. Keep it up. Thank you, mate. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I'll be a very happy boy this weekend if Chelsea win tonight. And, of course, the amazing point we got at Hull on Saturday. And then, of course, yeah, Millwall at home tomorrow night. And Swansea at home on Saturday. Chelsea have Burnley away this weekend. Some interesting games coming up, and then it's bloody Arsenal after that. And I'm going to be crapping myself for that game and also it's Havertz against his former club. I hope he has an absolute stinker. But you know which person I want to have an absolute stinker in the Premier League this season? Mason Mount. for Manchester United. I honestly, he's a Judas. He is a Judas, and a Judas. I want him to flop at Old Trafford when he plays Chelsea. Simple as that. Bloody Man United. This is where Liam and Harvey will come on the stream any minute now going, what are you saying about us? So, yeah. No, I just don't want Mason Mount to do well. I'm pretty sure every Chelsea fan will agree with me on that. I don't want Kai Havertz to do well. I don't want Kovacic to do well. I'd still love Kovacic, though. Here's Brozier. No one there. There is, but not at the right place at the right time. And now Castagna, no, that's Pereira, who's won the ball back. And he's been fouled. Wilson tried to clear that and run away with the ball with Fulham there as well for the time being. Tropical Wanderer, it's a difficult game tomorrow night. If we get 7 points from the next 3, won't complain. All newly promoted teams at home. Yeah, fair enough. That's a fair enough point there. No, it'll be a hard one. I think Bolton will win it, but Stevenage have been flying so far this season. I couldn't be happier for them, to be honest. Now, they're doing really well. Fair play to them. It's just a shame that Pompey's top of League One at the moment. But to be fair, I say that, but I wouldn't mind Pompey coming up if we stay up, because then one of my favourite fixtures in the EFL will return, but in the Championship instead of League One. But as long as we batter them, I'm happy. 38.5 minutes gone into this game. Still 2-0 to us. Fulham trying to do everything they can to get something from this game, but they've been really poor compared to Chelsea so far. Brozier and Mudryk have been brilliant so far this game. I know they've scored, but they've played really well. But Colwill is currently man of the match from this game, according to my app, FOTMob, that I have on me at the moment. But then, yeah, no, looking at Chelsea's bench, Sterling's on the bench, Madueke's on the bench, Ugo Chukwu's on the bench, and Fulham's got Tom Kearney, who's been at Fulham for years, to be fair to him, and I've got to give him credit for that. Alex Iwobi's on the bench for Fulham as well. Of course, he's a new signing for them. And Carlos Vinicius as well, who obviously scored against Chelsea last season. Well, this is already better than the game last season, because if you all remember the last season, it was João Felix's debut and he got sent off. And then Fulham deservedly won the game because Chelsea just couldn't. Chelsea were terrible. Here's a replay of Mudryk's goal. Here's a replay of Brozier's goal. They're all it's defensive errors from Fulham, though, as well. So I think it's more so about Fulham being poor in some of this than us playing well. It is a corner for Fulham, meanwhile. I'm just really hoping this game and that cup game against Brighton now really kicks off Chelsea's season. So we'll see. But it's not going to be easy when you've got the likes of Arsenal and Manchester City and Newcastle coming up. After that Burnley game, Tottenham away, Brentford at home. And that, I'd say, is Fulham's best shot of the game so far. It was a header just wide there by Jimenez. And he was up against Enzo Fernandez. The corner there from Andreas Pereira, former Manchester United man, of course. So, yeah, no wonder Harvey talks about him a lot. 40.5 minutes gone. We're about 4 minutes away from added time and then the end of the first half. So far, so good. United lost, City lost, Liverpool lost, Chelsea winning at the moment. But Liverpool didn't deserve to lose, of course, at the end of the day. They were absolutely robbed. I don't want to see referees like that ever again performing like that. It was disgraceful. It's disgraceful, honestly. There's no other words to it. Here's Cucurella. Gallagher. as Fulham look on. Come on, boys. Mudryk. And here's Wilson. The referee's given a free kick to Chelsea. Like my mate who's just messaged me now, he's a Liverpool fan. No goals for 6 games, then 2 in 1 minute. Fair play. Well, the game's not over yet. Fulham could still bounce back. Fulham could still bounce back. Mudryk free kick. Flag's been up for offside. Is Willian. It's a Cottagers throw-in for the time being. Oh, God, get rid of it. Willian had a very good ball there. It's been cleared by Disasi. Fulham corner. Still a throw-in. It's going to be a throw-in from Fulham now. We're nearly at half time. We are nearly at half time, and we're going to get into the added time of the first half in a minute. Now I am going to be taking a break, briefly. So yeah, and then come back for the second half, basically. Two minutes of added time. 2 minutes of added time here at the Cottage. Currently 2-0 Chelsea. A brilliant start to this game. Still a second half to go, but got to put this game to bed and keep it as 2-0 at least, because this is a huge confidence for Chelsea at the moment, for Chelsea's second win of the season as it stands. But yeah, this is huge confidence for Chelsea at the moment after the total disastrous form that has been lately. Of course, that Aston Villa game, that Nottingham Forest game, that Bournemouth game. Here's Colwill. Brozier's in front of him. Brozier's now on his left. Here is Brozier taking him on. Past Leno, but not quite. Fulham have defensively cleared it this time. Andreas Pereira clears it. And now the ball's gone straight to Disasi at the back for Chelsea. Fulham trying to hang on to dear life here. Here's Enzo. Now Cucurella. Thiago Silva. Enzo Fernandez. Chelsea still playing it at the back here. And there we are, it's half time. What a start to the game. Come on. I will take that. I will take that. But there's still a second half to come. Still a second half to come at the moment. So, yeah, we're going to see what happens. But huge confidence for the boys at the moment and from Maurizio Pochettino. And I tell you what, before this game, it's been cursed for Chelsea because I read the stats from Instagram earlier. The expected goals per game, 1.93. Chelsea are 6th in the Premier League for that. And yet, look where Chelsea are in the table. The XG against per game, 1.06. 3rd in the league for that. XG higher than opposition, 6 games, top. Average possession, 67%, top. XG underperformance, minus 6.6, last. Big chances missed, 15, last, not surprisingly. Shot conversion, 5.5%, 19th, second from bottom. That just shows how inconsistent Chelsea are at the moment. But that's a brilliant start. That is a brilliant start, that first half. And that is just what we need. That's just what we need for the first half. Going into the second half. We've got a new comment here. I think it's Plouf or Plouf. I'm so sorry if I've pronounced that wrong. Yo, CJ, can you get anyone into Argyle with you, or are tickets all taken? I can try, mate. You have to private message me about that and all that. But it'll be hard to get tickets because the home games are like so many people get tickets so quickly. But give me a private message about that because it's going to be it can be difficult to get some tickets, but I'll do everything I can to help if possible. But feel free to give me a private message about that. But I can try though. I can try. But more so, I have to put this out there now. Don't be too disheartened if I don't help with tickets for anyone, and I do just sort out myself, if anything, to put the content and all that out there for you guys, which is what I'm trying to do out there for Plymouth Argyle at the end. But yeah, we'll see. I'll just put it that way. Either way, it's half time. I now sound like my Cornish Janner Argyle episodes right now, but it's half time. It's Fulham 0, Chelsea 2. I'll update the banner actually in the time being. Where are you? There you are. Come on. Oh, you bastard. Let me do that again. This is where I just cannot work StreamYard sometimes. There we go. Yeah, it's half time. It's Fulham 0, Chelsea 2. Thanks for the answer, dude. On your videos, Home Park looks 100% full. Also meant to go with you, not to take your ticket. Yeah, fair enough, mate. No, fair enough. Well, again, I'll be at the ground regardless before and after the game anyway. So even if you are around and you wanted to meet up, then I'm always down for that. It's always nice to meet new faces out there at every football game I go to, of course. But yeah, no, we'll see what happens, mate. We'll see what happens. But I love that you want to see me in person in the future, which is great. But anyway, for the time being, it's half time. It's Fulham 0, Chelsea 2. Usually it's the other way round for in terms of Chelsea conceding goals, and it's usually by 1-0 or 2-0 because that's what Chelsea have usually been like, especially from last season. But yeah, this has been so much better so far. We've given the games that Chelsea's played so far. So obviously we had Liverpool first game of the season at home. a brilliant performance, but Liverpool deserved a point and they were also brilliant. So, yeah, there was that. 2 goals as well that I thought they were unfairly ruled out from both Chelsea and Liverpool in that game. West Ham was unclinical, played all right, but was unclinical. Luton was solid. Forest was terrible, really disappointing. Bournemouth couldn't finish for shit. And Aston Villa was just one to forget, especially that Gusto's red was not a red, in my opinion. It was a yellow. And also that... it's good to see Frank Lampard in the punditry there. Love the guy. One of my favourite players of all time there. And then, Villa was incredibly annoying as well because bloody Ollie Watkins got the winner. So, but yeah, it's 2-0 Chelsea. This is so much better from us so far this season. So much better. Mudryk has had his best game in a long while. Armando Broja, he's just come back to the team after injury and he's had a cracking performance so far tonight. Fair play to him. Palmer's been the quiet one up front. Enzo's been lethal so far tonight. Brilliant from him. And then Thiago Silva, Disasi and Colwill at the back also played very well. Colwill's actually been... Fotmob's given Colwill man of the match so far this game, which hasn't surprised me one bit, to be honest. So, yeah, obviously Cucurella's been booked. The only player that has been booked so far. But overall, this has been a brilliant performance so far. Tim Ream... Mudryk has made Tim Ream look like a championship player so far this game. Fulham have been terrible at the back. They've made 2 huge mistakes, mainly one huge mistake that costed them a goal to Chelsea. Brilliant first half. Honestly, better team, 100%. Fulham have been terrible. They've got work to do. And I tell you what, it's going to be an interesting second half to see what happens. So, yeah, I sound like an Argyle episode right now when I'm giving you my halftime thoughts. And I'll be the same with my full-time thoughts, but... No, guys, I'm very pleased. I'm very, very pleased so far with that first half. Incredible, incredible first half. And if it stays like this, it's been a very good weekend for me for football. A valuable point at Hull and then a brilliant win at Fulham. So what more can you say? Really enjoy your content. Okay, hang on, let's have a look. I would be coming from West Cornwall. Oh, you're from West Cornwall. Just like me, really. I don't get out of my village much. And yes, like you said, because you know what you're doing. Really enjoy your Cornwall. Thanks, dude. And home park without being there, you make it look cool as fuck for the footy. Thank you very much. Do you support Chelsea, Cornish Janner? So, obviously, no. The team I support is Plymouth. Obviously, they're my local club. I'm from Cornwall. They are my local club. They're my local professional club for a reason. I don't care if where I come from, town-wise, is 64 miles west of Plymouth, but in Penzance. But Argyle are my local club. They are the Cornish club, despite being on the other side of the River Tamar. And obviously, my mum was born in Plymouth as well, so there is that as well. But no, Argyle is the team I support. But Chelsea is my favourite Premier League team. And if you want to put it this way, favourite so-called European giants, if you want to put it that way. But my dad's a Chelsea fan. My dad is a Chelsea fan. So Chelsea are my other favourite team for obvious reasons because of that. But because of this channel and the name of this channel, it doesn't get over Plymouth Argyle. Argyle is the main focus for this football fan channel. But I will be putting content out there for Chelsea if possible as well, and for the Premier League in general as well, and just for English football in general really as well. But no, my dad's a Chelsea fan, and hence why they are my favourite Premier League team. So it's more so him than me, but as a result of him, obviously I do love the Chelsea. But my local team, my local professional team, as I'm Cornish and I support them because I'm Cornish, is Plymouth. So they and that's what this channel's all about at the end of the day anyway. But obviously Argyle's not playing tonight and Chelsea are, and I thought I may as well finally put out there a Premier League stream on this channel. I just thought it'd make more sense. Oh shit, thought you were from Saltash for some reason. No, I'm not, mate. No, I'm from Penzance. I'm from Newlyn, actually, to be precise. In the far west of Cornwall. So basically, if you want to put it this way, the Cornish main line from Penzance one end on the railway station structure to Plymouth the other side, that is basically home games for me. Anywhere further than Plymouth is an away game for me, if you want to put it that way. The start of hatreds for clubs in this country from south to north is obviously going to be number one, Exeter City. So there we go. Agreed, Argyle and supporting local. My local team is Ilogan FC. Oh, you're from Red Roof, mate. Oh, nice one. Campbell Red Roof area, that is. Even they have a cool setup or fun to go and watch. Oh, that's brilliant, mate. That's awesome. Well, as I'm Cornish, I want any Cornish team to do well. Hence the name of the channel as well. Obviously, my grassroots team is Mousel, who also play in green, just like Argyle. They're just west of Penzance. That's the team my dad actually used to play for as well. They're my grassroots team, Mousel. And then my semi-professional team and the team I want to get to at least League 2 in the National League is Truro, because they are Cornwall's actual highest-ranked club at the end. So obviously I want Truro to do well, but I want any team from Cornwall to do well and any team from Plymouth to do well. That includes Parkway, that includes Elburton Villa, etc. So there we go. But like I said, the start of hatred for clubs starts at Exeter from south to north. And obviously the team in the Premier League I hate the most is Tottenham. So there we go. You can't think of a worse fixture than that from me. And I went to the game at Stamford Bridge 2 seasons ago when Argyle had Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. I've been waiting for the fixture the whole of my life, and it finally happened. It finally happened. But yeah, no problem, mate. And yeah, no, I am going to be taking a break soon. If I do end up missing some of the start of the second half on this stream, I do apologise, but it's going to be on my phone anyway while I quickly take my break. But yeah, yay! Get in! Look at that comment. That's what we just want to see. What a man! What a man! Streaming is a great idea. You should be good at it. I'm honoured to be boosting your views by 100%. Thank you, mate. I appreciate that. But yeah, no. Good old Ilogan. I love Ilogan. Between Campbell and Red Roof right there. So yeah, no, we got to say up the Ilogan for that. But no, I want Truro to get to the National League and League 2 in my lifetime. And I obviously want Argyle to get into the Premier League. That is the dream goal for me. So, yeah, but obviously, no, my dad's a Chelsea fan, hence why I'm streaming this game tonight as well. So, yeah, in the meantime, I'm going to be taking a break, guys, while half-time is still going on. I will see you all for the second half. So, yeah. Up the Janners, up the Argyle, up the Pilgrims, up the Greens, up the Plymouth. Come on, you boys in green, or in this case, for a Premier League stream, up the Blues, up the Pensioners, up the Stamp, up the Bridge, up the West London, up the Chelsea. Come on, you boys from Stamford Bridge. That's for this game, obviously, for tonight. Second half is on the way. I shall see you then. Cheerio.
Over the edge, feel like I'm floating through the air.
Right, hello everybody. We're back. Let me just get the hat on. While I've taken my break, I have seen the first 7 minutes of the second half. While I was on the break, not really much has happened except that Fulham's on the attack. Meanwhile, get rid of it, boys. Yes, well done, Sanchez. But in the meantime, and let me just change the background because that's not right. So obviously, Liam and Daryl are streaming the darts at the moment, of course, on Liam's channel. So feel free to give him all the subscriptions he deserves because of that. Either way, though, we're back. It's still 2-0 to Chelsea. So all solid so far. It's all solid so far. Obviously, I was desperately getting a drink that I really seriously wanted to get during that break period, and also I stayed on for a bit of halftime, as you all know, anyway, because so I was talking about the game for the first half, but I knew I needed to take a break. So apologies that I have missed the first 7 minutes on this stream, but I've seen it on my phone while I was taking my break. Not much has happened except that Fulham have made 2 substitutions in the time being, and also Chelsea have brought off Mudryk. Mudryk has come off, and Maatsen has come on. So Pochettino is going for a defensive line here now to comfortably win the game. Fulham have brought on Carlos Vinicius and Alex Iwobi and have taken off Raul Jimenez and Harry Wilson. So Fulham with the 2 changes, and then Fulham with the 2 changes, Chelsea with the 1 change. So, yeah, honestly. Either way, though, we're back for the second half regardless. We're 57 minutes in. So, yeah, there's been a foul going on between Carlos Vinicius and one of the Chelsea players there. I'm trying to work out who it is. I think it was Enzo. I could be wrong. My back's itching. Right, it's a Chelsea free kick. – Here's Gallagher. But no, like I said, guys, this ain't just a stream of the Premier League. This is a stream of anyone can tune in. Anyone can tune in and just talk to me about any aspect of football for the time being on how you're doing all that. And obviously, I'm still shitting myself for tomorrow night at home when we play Millwall. So that's Argyle Way, obviously. In terms of we tonight, Chelsea currently 2-0 up still against Fulham. But Fulham are now on the attack. Chelsea's got to defend here. Clear it. Well, we did clear it, but Fulham's got a throw-in out of that. We did clear it, but Fulham's got a throw-in out of that. So that was cleared by Colwill. Well, as things stand, Chelsea are going up to 11th in the table. Fulham will drop down to 13th. But Chelsea, as it stands, will be on 2 wins, 2 draws, 3 defeats, 8 points, plus 1 goal difference. So a point behind Manchester United. So Chelsea need to keep getting these points if Chelsea wants to challenge further towards the top half of the table. But it's not going to be easy when you got the likes of Man City, Tottenham, Arsenal, Liverpool, Newcastle, Aston Villa, Brighton, West Ham, all doing very well at the moment. All putting in some solid performances as well, despite Brighton's 6-1 hammering last week. Crystal Palace are in 9th in the table at the moment. They're not doing too bad. And then, of course, Manchester United. Manchester United are in 10th place. Thank you, Liam. Again, I will admit it's the biggest weakness of mine for... no, I don't want that. I will admit it's the biggest weakness of mine when doing streams is that I do forget to change the scoreboards because I just get too carried away with my commentating and what's going on in the match itself. So, but I do get it changed. But either way, thanks again to Liam for reminding me for that. 60 minutes gone. Still 2-0. Mudryk off. Substituted off. Jimenez substituted off. Wilson substituted off. Fulham in the last 5 minutes have had 69% possession. Chelsea 31% possession. So Fulham's trying to claw something back here, but from their disastrous first half, but not proving to be the best for them. In Liam and Daryl's case, they would say 69%. Good number, which what reminds me of the McDonald's meme on YouTube where the McDonald's order was shouted 69 and the whole crowd cheered. Here's Fulham on the attack and it's gone over. Way! Carlos Vinicius' header goes well over and it is a goal kick for Robert Sanchez. Right. Either way, though, this is huge confidence going into the Burnley game this weekend. I mean, that Burnley game, even I don't care if it's away from home as well, it is a must-win. It's a must-win before that hard run-in when we've got Arsenal at home after that, which will not be easy one bit when Arsenal's one of the favourites, obviously, for the season. Arsenal's got Man City this weekend, meanwhile, so they're going to have pressure in that as well. Have a shot, make it free! Oh, and we've hit the woodwork! Of course we have. Typical bloody Chelsea. All we bloody do when we don't score is hit the bloody woodwork or hit it over and miss chances as usual. Maatsen has hit the woodwork. Oh, my God. Let's look at the replay again. It's Brozier. It's Brozier. Then Gallagher. Maatsen hits the bar, hits the post, and then Enzo has a shot which is blocked by Leno. Bloody posts. Typical Chelsea at this point. I wonder what they show in training at Cobham. Why don't we let's show you how to score a goal. You do it like this. Someone like that comes along, maybe Romelu Lukaku, going, oh, okay, like this, and it's well over. It doesn't matter. Either way, though, it's still 2-0. As long as Fulham don't score, I'm happy. And I think Raheem Sterling is coming on. Pochettino looks like he's going to bring him on. This is confidence boosted after that cup game over Brighton, though, because that Bournemouth game, we just could not finish for shit. Aston Villa was painful because Watkins was the one that got the winner, and he's a former Exeter man. And then Forest was just gone back to the disappointing ways of last season. So this is huge confidence at the moment. So, yeah. And then the West Ham game, of course, just, again, couldn't finish. And even though Sterling had a phenomenal game, West Ham just took the chances and delivered. Brozier's coming off, though. I think Brozier's coming off. Well, I'll tell you what, it's been brilliant to see him back for a long while. And I can't believe he scored as well for his first game back as well. I couldn't be happier for him, honestly. Armando Brozier giving Chelsea the lead, though, in the first half. Mudryk giving the lead before Brozier doubled it. Of course, they scored right next to each other minutes-wise. Raheem Sterling comes on for Armando Brozier. That is the Albanians' game done for tonight. It's a Chelsea corner, and it's gone well over. I can already hear the ways from the Fulham fans. Fulham, speaking about Fulham, they're bringing someone on. Harrison Reed is off, and Tom Cairney is on. Tom Cairney, a man who has been at Fulham for quite some time now. He does really love his Craven Cottage. And the Scotsman has come on from the bench. As Potts pats him on the back, Brozier's night is done. Here's Cairney. Fulham's still on the attack here. Blocked by Colwell. It's a Cottager's corner. Fulham corner. And it's gone straight to Robert Sanchez. Colwell. Cucurella. He's now on that right-hand side for Chelsea, of course. I've just noticed that Palmer's been playing further back just then. Maybe that's because Sterling's come on, but I don't know. Sterling's been booked meanwhile. Yeah, Raheem's been booked. And as a result, Fulham's got a free kick. Willian. Good play by Fulham there. Here's Castagna taking on Maatsen. Pereira. Oh, there's been a clash of tackles there. Referee saying play on. And Fulham do play on. Here's Robinson. Kearney. Just a reminder, guys, it's been 68 and a half minutes into this game. And a reminder to you all, after this stream, I'm going to be on the Argyle Way for the preview of the Millwall game tomorrow night. Right. 69 minutes now. Chelsea keeping possession. Here's Cucurella. Still Cucurella. Sterling. Maatson. Back to Raheem Sterling. Fulham take it away for the time being, and it's cleared out. Right, it's a Fulham throw-in. Here's Pereira. Willian. Once again against his former club, of course. I loved him over the years at Chelsea. Then he had a torrid time at Arsenal. Good. And now he's back at West London, but with the men from Craven Cottage. And here he is once again. Gallagher. Now Caicedo. Colwill. Maatson. It's gone back to Chelsea's defence. Thiago Silva in the middle of it, in the thick of it. And now back to Gallagher, taking on the Fulham midfield. Enzo just in front of him. Maatson on his left, who finds Gallagher again on his right. Thiago Silva. Gallagher. 71 and a half minutes played. Still 2-0 to Chelsea. This will be Chelsea's second win of the season and Fulham's third defeat of the season. In fact, if it stays like this, Fulham and Chelsea are on the exact same, not just points, but wins, draws and defeats in totals. 2 wins, 2 draws and 3 defeats. Now Kearney. Here's the next 6 Premier League fixtures for Chelsea. Burnley away, Arsenal at home, Brentford at home, Tottenham away, Manchester City at home, and then Newcastle away. That just shows the Burnley game is a must-win. I feel like Chelsea could beat Brighton again. I feel like we could beat Brighton again at home, to be honest. That's the one I'm more confident for than the others, to be honest. And Fulham's corner goes straight to Robert Sanchez. Castagna. Jesus! Header there from Carlos Vinicius. Gone straight to Robert Sanchez, though. Thank God for that. Lukic is about to come on for Fulham. And I think that's Pereira's done tonight. I think that's Pereira's night done. Cucurella's going to take this free kick. No, he's not. Oh, we've given the ball away. Here's Willian. Taking on Cucurella. No. Get rid of it! Cucurella has got rid of it for the time being. Then Enzo loses it. Fulham keeping possession for the time being. 75. Nearly coming up to 76 minutes. Willian once again. Dispossessed by Cucurella. And here he is once again. Palmer. Sterling. Palmer once again. Fulham have dispossessed him. Here's Kearney. And now Lukic. Willian. And then Diop. I haven't mentioned much of this Diop today. Kearney. Oh my God. Oh, what a save by Sanchez. Fulham could have made it 2-1. And their second shot's gone wide. What a save from Robert Sanchez. It could have been 2-1. Fulham could have scored their goal. But their shot goes straight to the Chelsea number 1 keeper. It would have been game on then if Fulham scored that as well. Another substitution coming. Palmer's off. And Leslie Ugochukwu is on. The Frenchman. Number 16 for Chelsea. It's a Fulham corner. Willian takes it. And now Willian crosses it way too high. But he's managed to head back towards the goal. But once again, the ball goes straight to Robert Sanchez. Here's Ugochukwu, who's just come on. Colwill. And that's gone nowhere. That's gone straight to Leno. Kenny. Robinson, and that's gone out. Coming up to 79 minutes, 11 minutes to go, and then we're on to stoppage time. Just a reminder in the Premier League on Saturday night, Crystal Palace host Nottingham Forest. That's at 5:30. And then on Super Sunday, Brighton host Liverpool. Brighton looking to bounce back from that disaster at Aston Villa. And then it's the big one at the Emirates. Mikel Arteta versus Pep Guardiola, which can mean one thing: Arsenal versus Manchester City. That's going to be a foul. No, it's not. Referee says play on. And Fulham keep hold of the possession. $10 minutes to go, and then stoppage time. Robinson. Gallagher just in front of him. But the ball's gone back to Leno. Gallagher. Cucurella. Disassi. Back to Sanchez. Colwill. Chelsea looking strong here. Maatson tries to find Sterling, but again, the ball's gone straight to Leno. Enzo helps Caicedo up. Here is Shahid Khan, the Fulham chairman, watching on. Well, I'm pretty sure he's doing a lot better than Todd Bowley in the ownership saga. I can tell you that now. Hey, despite that, this is a very good result at the moment. Considering a lot of people had Chelsea to lose this as well. Kenny. Willian. Straight to Sanchez. Willian gave it a go as well. It's Cucurella. Nearly 84 minutes now, guys. Fulham's won the ball back, though. Enzo. And it's still Enzo. Looking for Sterling in front of him, but Fulham have won it back. Here's Kearney trying to be dispossessed by Gallagher. But Robinson's now won it for the Cottagers. Here's Willian. Cucurella in front of him. Gallagher in front of him. Kearney. Finds Leno. Ream. Another one I haven't mentioned much of tonight, Tim Ream. "85 minutes gone. Thiago Silva clears it. It's a Fulham corner. Williams corner. And that's gone over from Carlos Vinicius. Meanwhile, Robert Sanchez has been booked. Goal kick for Chelsea. Leno's goal kick once more. Kearney. Tim Ream. Back to Leno. Palinia. Issa Diop. Back to Leno. Fulham again trying to take control of all this possession. Colwill chases after Castagna, but Thiago Silva wins it back for Chelsea. And now Robinson's won about. This looks dangerous from Fulham. Here's Willian. Straight to Sanchez. Thank you very much. It's going to be a Chelsea goal kick. Gallagher's got player of the match from Sky. That's fair enough. He's had a solid game, to be honest. And you know what? I'd actually say he's had a pretty solid start to the season. So I think Gallagher's already looking much better than he was last season when most of the Chelsea fans wanted him gone. So, no, fair play to him. No, fair play to him. And he loves the club as well. He's Chelsea through and through, Conor Gallagher is. I mean, like, he came from the academy and all that. He had his loan spell at Crystal Palace. He was brilliant at Crystal Palace. He actually had a loan spell here, of course, at Fulham as well. But no, his loan spell at Palace was excellent. But no, this has been a brilliant start to the season for him at Chelsea. Unlike last season. 2 minutes, nearly a minute to stoppage time. Is Cucurella. Here's Sterling. Straight to Leno. Right, we're into stoppage time. 5 minutes of added time. And that will be that for the West London derby, or the South West London derby, as I should say, in the Premier League for this season at Craven Cottage for the first leg. The second leg will be at Stamford Bridge in the second half of the season. Chelsea are getting a free kick because that was a handball there by Tom Kearney. Pochettino urging his players on. Marco Silva looking lost for words at the moment. Not the greatest of nights for him at the moment. Not the greatest of nights for Fulham, but they'll want to bounce back after this. Who have Fulham got next? Actually, after this match, they have got Sheffield United at home, and that's a winnable game for Fulham as well. Sheffield United looks so poor at the moment as well, so I think Fulham should bounce back in that one. I reckon, unless Paul Heckingbottom's side perform a surprise. Enzo. He's literally surrounded by Willian, and he goes on the floor. That's a foul. Thank you very much, referee. Free kick to Chelsea. Completely surrounded and taken down by Willian. First of all, Willian, and then second of all, Fulham's number 26, which is indeed Palhinha. And Enzo's gone down. Didn't win the ball one bit. It's a Chelsea free kick. Willian, a man I love, as always anyway, checks to see if he's all right. Gallagher checks. Caicedo checks. No, he is back up, Enzo. Free kick for Chelsea. Yeah, William doesn't get any of the ball. That's a foul. Enzo. Gallagher. Two minutes to go nearly. And Chelsea could be getting their second win of the season. And I'll be a happy boy tonight. It's been a solid weekend for me if it stays like this. Leno takes the goal kick. That's going to be a free kick for Fulham. Gallagher not getting any of the ball there from Robinson. And Fulham take it quick. Here's Willian. Now Palhinha. Back to William. William goes down in the box. Oh, there's been a collision. There's been a collision between Willian and Caicedo. Oh, my God. Something's happened here. Something has happened here. It looks like they just both took each other out. So I don't know what's going on there. And just before the end of the game, Chelsea's bringing on another sub. That looks like... Oh, well, Enzo's coming off. It's Matos. Matos is coming on for Enzo. Chelsea's number 52. And then who's the other substitution? It looked like I saw another substitution here. Oh, it's Madueke. Madueke's coming on for the last bit. And I think that's Caicedo's night done. I think that is Caicedo's night done. Yeah, Enzo Fernandez is off. Caicedo's off. Matos is on. Madueke is on. This will be the last kick of the game now before the full-time whistle, surely. Those added time is going to be... It's going to go on for a bit, for a few minutes, actually, because of what happened there between Willian and Caicedo. Some of the Fulham fans have left already. Gallagher. Ball still being played. And Fulham's won it back. Oh, hang on, here's Sterling, but no, not quite. The ball's gone to Leno. Who finds Tim Ream. Of course, he's been Fulham's captain tonight. Now Willian. Come on, ref. That whistle needs to be blown any minute. That's it. That's it. That's it. Come on. Come on. Get in. Get in. Get in. Second win of the season. Off and running once again. I'm saying that for now because we don't know when the next defeat's going to come. If it's this weekend against Burnley, I'm going to actually cry. 2-0 winners for Chelsea at Craven Cottage. It has ended full-time. Fulham 0, Chelsea 2 at Craven Cottage in the West London derby tonight. In the postcode of SW in London. Mikhailo Mudryk gives Chelsea the lead to then be doubled a minute later by Armando Broja, who is back after his injury he's had at the club. Fulham just couldn't capitalise all night tonight, honestly. Robinson, I felt, was the strongest in the team tonight, but no, Fulham have had a disappointing one tonight. A huge win for Chelsea after all the pressure, all the talk. The players, Mauricio Pochettino, everything around the club. just complete full of pressure. The players go to applaud the fans because that was much more like it from Chelsea tonight. A deserved 3 points. Moving on to Burnley away this weekend. And much needed from Chelsea after the last win was Luton at home. Enzo Fernandez applauds the fans. I'm listening to Frank Lampard at Sky Sports right now. He's very pleased. But either way, what a win! Chelsea's second win of the season after 7 games. Much more like it from the boys in blue. Come on, come on, come on. And there we are. We move on to Burnley away this weekend and the next Premier League round. So that we've ended tonight with Fulham 0, Chelsea 2. And I am going to have to call it there, guys, because my thoughts on the game there was that we were the better team from start to finish tonight and a much more needed performance after the horribleness of the last few games. Fulham now down to 13th in the table after that. 8 points, -7 goal difference. Chelsea up to 11th with a +1 goal difference, a positive goal difference, and now finally on 8 points. Now got to keep that going because Chelsea's got a hard run in after that Burnley game away from home. Manchester City still lead the way in the Premier League table despite losing 2-1 to Wolves in the weekend. And of course, Tottenham are second, but they robbed Liverpool, as we all know. And then Arsenal's there in that third place, who have Manchester City this weekend. So yeah, that's the end of the stream there, guys. I am going to leave it there because I am about to join on the Argyle Way for the Plymouth Argyle stream against Millwall. And coming up this weekend, of course, in the Premier League, you've got Crystal Palace against Nottingham Forest on the Saturday night. Brighton against Liverpool on the Sunday. And then later on the Sunday is the big one between Arsenal and Manchester City. So I am going to leave it there, guys. Of course, for tonight, come on, get in. And I will say, up the Blues, up the Pensioners, up the West London Lions, up the Bridge, up the Chelsea. Come on, you boys from Stamford Bridge. And I'm going to have to do my usual now for my channel by doing this. Yeah. I do have the Ginster shirt on underneath, as expected. Excellent stream, dudes. Keep plugging away. They will come. Thank you, mate. I'll appreciate that. All the best, mate. But yeah, thank you, everyone who has tuned in for tonight. And of course, I will see you in the next stream on this channel for whenever it is. But in terms of tonight, switch over to the Argyle Way for tonight at 10:30 because the Argyle Way, the podcast channel that I'm part of, we will be previewing the Millwall game tonight for tomorrow's huge game at Home Park. So I'll see you there. Up the Janners, up the Argyle, up the Greens, up the Pilgrims, up the Plymouth. Come on, you boys in green. And a huge win for Chelsea tonight. I'm very pleased with that. A solid weekend for myself in football this weekend, with Chelsea getting 3 points at one of their local rivals, while Argyle get a valuable point at Hull on Saturday. So I'm very pleased with that. So yeah, cheers for tuning in, guys. And yeah, if I don't catch you tonight, I'll catch you at Home Park tomorrow. So cheerio.
When they pull on the green, they're all Janners.